Welcome to the Properties to Profit podcast. I'm Michael, your host. Excited to share with you my journey from a six-figure job to building a successful real estate business. Each episode will explore various aspects of real estate investing, from wholesaling and flipping to managing rentals. I'll share the lessons and insights I've gained, aiming to help you avoid mistakes and achieve your financial goals. Expect guest experts, valuable tips, and practical advice to guide you on your own real estate journey. Thank you for tuning in. If you find any value in this podcast, please subscribe, share, and follow me on social media. Let's turn properties into profits together. Hey guys, Michael here with Properties to Profits. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about why we choose to keep a deal when we can't get our assignment fee. A lot of people get scared. They get nervous when they can't move a deal. But sometimes buyers just don't see the same vision as you, and that's okay. And so what happened here is we had a seller reach out to us as they were looking to retire. Them and their family wanted to work with a home buyer that wasn't going to have to worry about repairs, and they were going to have time to move out. And the house was pretty dated. And a lot of people forget the importance of Google reviews. That's how we landed this deal. Most investors think there's only really two issues. You can wholesale or two ways to exit. They could wholesale the deal or flip the deal. But in strong areas where maybe the right end buyer just doesn't see the value that you do and can't rake in an assignment fee, you can leave a lot of money, or in our case, equity on the table by not keeping the deal yourself. So what did we do? We decided to keep this deal. We couldn't get our $20K assignment. We decided, hey, we believe in this deal so much that we're going to keep it. This house was in Dublin. It's a small 2-bedroom house, ranch. Only downside is laundry in the basement. What this property did for us was quite amazing. We bought this low maintenance house. We did all the work up front. Everything is done. Windows, new doors, new appliances, new kitchen, 2 new bathrooms, new deck. We probably won't have to do anything major to this house for over a decade. The tax advantages and the wealth we've built on this thing is quite incredible. Here at my company, my home buying company, Oasis Home Buyers, if we don't get a $20K assignment, we usually will keep the house. We found just keeping these houses pay us a lot over time. We get cash flow, we get equity, and when you factor in the depreciation you get, it really, really adds up over time, especially in the A and B areas that we're typically buying. And so for us, if it's not $20K, we're keeping it. How did the seller find us, you ask? How did we get a deal like this? Well, this seller found us through those Google reviews that I mentioned earlier. Older gentleman, needed to move. Family didn't want to clean the home or deal with the repairs. They also wanted time to get the belongings that they wanted and then leave the rest. All things that we could do. We bought this house at $160,000. We went ahead, did all the cosmetics plus windows, doors, and then a deck. Roof was newer. Furnace was like 6 years. We're in this house, including holding costs, about $205,000. We expanded the kitchen as well, which makes the house just so much more appealing than what it is today. Well, we went in for an appraisal. Appraisal just came back on this thing, and it came in at $275,000. So this is going to end up being a really good deal for us if you do that math. So we're all in this house, including holding costs, for less than 75 cents on the dollar. Who wouldn't want to add $70,000 in equity to your bottom line? So now let's look at the deal. It creates about $100 a month in cash flow, $70,000 in equity, and probably won't need any major updates for 10 years. We've got plenty of options for people to rent this house. We just got to find the right one. That's what it did for us. The benefit to the seller here is they got a smooth transition. People ask all the time, why do these sellers sell at a discount? How are you able to be all in on these houses at 75 cents on the dollar? Sometimes like 82 to 83, and our best one was like 50 cents on the dollar. Well, we're able to solve whatever problems that they have. It's not about what we would do. We're not in their shoes. So for this guy, it was a smooth transition. They needed time to move the belongings. They didn't want to have to deal with cleaning. They didn't want to deal with updates. This house hadn't had updates in 30 years that they had lived here. They wanted to be private. Then the day they were so satisfied, they went ahead and left us a 5-star Google review. For my home buying company, created $70,000 in equity. It's cash flowing rental in a great zip code, 43017. You don't see that very often in Columbus. We won't owe any taxes on the gains we just received, on paper anyway, until we sell the property. We don't expect any repairs for 10 plus years. Private lender funded this deal. They funded $198,000 short on this thing. They'll make about $9,000 on this deal. 1 point and then I think it's 10.5 interest rate. Pretty fair deal. They were all in for 72 cents on the dollar. So if I decided to run away, that they could just foreclose on it, and then they have a nice house in Dublin, Ohio. Doesn't seem that bad. They win no matter what happens. Why all this works? Well, one, it's in Columbus, Ohio, and two, it's in a sub-market called Dublin, one of the most in-demand markets here in Central Ohio. Full cosmetics plus the windows and doors, pretty easy for us. We did all this work in under 40 days. Now it's nearly maintenance-free for years. Keeping this deal added more than 3x the value of our average assignment within 60 days. And we won't have to pay taxes on it. Granted, I understand it's not real cash today, but it will also go up in value over time. Historically speaking, real estate in this area seems to double every 10 to 12 years. So now this $20K deal that we couldn't even get if we wholesaled it could turn into $300K profit over the next decade, which averages $30K a year. Pretty incredible. The reviews that we received will hopefully bring in another deal just like this. Help the seller know who to choose without any hesitation. What we do really shows that solving people's problem builds equity, builds net worth, and builds opportunity in real estate. So if you're a home buyer yourself, reviews matter. Sellers choose companies that they know and trust, and reviews communicate that. Remember, not every buyer's gonna find the same value that you do. And having relationships with lenders really makes it a great option. They get paid their fee to do nothing and sit at home or whatever they do. And you get to build long-term wealth and pay taxes on it later on in life. Just remember, it's not always about cash flow. Equity is the real multiplier. We created $70,000 of that today. Assume 3% appreciation, it will skyrocket quickly. The buy, rehab, refinance, repeat model works incredibly well still. Just gotta be willing to dig and do the work and build a brand that people trust, know, and like. So building your online presence really does help. It will generate free deals for you. Just remember, when a buyer doesn't see the value in the property, great. And remember, having good relationships with lenders matters. Can go a long way. At the end of the day, the lenders win the most. They have the least to lose. Their house is backed by a tangible asset that they can always just foreclose on. So if you're looking to get into more real estate deals, hit us up. We'd love to help you out. We're always looking for more buyers. If you're looking for a job, we'd love to help you. If you're looking for opportunities to lend on, let's have a conversation. We get deals like this all the time. You're protected. We get to buy more real estate, and we get to help more sellers like this. It really helps change communities. Hope you guys have a great day. Look forward to talking to you on the next one. Thank you for listening to the Properties for Profit podcast. I hope you found today's episode valuable. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Follow me on social media for more updates and tips. Until next time, keep turning properties into profits.